is in my life, so I hustle.
What's up, YouTube, and welcome to IT Hustle. We will be continuing the series exploring the Blue Team Field Manual. In the last video, we dove into DHCP server logging. In this video, we will be getting into DNS logging. So without further ado, let's jump in. So here we have how we can enable DNS logging via the command line, and how we can set the log file path, and the maximum size that the log file can get. Because DNS is constantly running in the background, you don't want that to continuously build, so you kind of want to set a static size for that. So we'll do that at about 4 gigabytes here. And below we'll see the source documents on how to enable the logging on your server. So let's head over to the lab, check this out. Okay, so we're back in the lab. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the domain controller running DNS. And let's go ahead and enable DNS logging. Okay, so here I have the syntax. So first we're going to enable complete DNS logging. So I'm gonna copy this here. Open up a command prompt. Paste that in there. Now let's move this just a little bit over there. All right. Log level successfully reset. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is set the path to C logs DNS. Alright, that's set. And let's set the max log file size. Alright. All done. So now that we have logging in place, let's generate some traffic so we can check it out in the logs. So I'm going to close this here because we're done there. Close this out here. And close the server for now and go over to the HR machine. All right. So let's pop open a browser and go to a couple places here. Didn't like that. Okay, so we'll go to google.com. All right. And HR wants to check out a prospective employee. Oh, that's a nice website there. ithustle.com. It's pretty cool. All right, so we'll close this out. Let's go back to the server. And let's go to the location where we save those logs. So right here we see the DNS logs. Let's go to open with. Let's do Notepad. And we'll scroll all the way down to the bottom and see if we can find that traffic. Okay, let's go to the top. We know we went to Google. So I'm gonna do a Control F and search for Google. And there we are. Let's check the data. Oops. I'm gonna scroll over. Okay, yeah, so that's today. So we just did that. Okay. So that's when we went to Google. And you can see the query information there. Let me blow this up a little bit. So you can see how this comes into play, where it's doing name resolution on from what machine, what socket, the port it was doing it on. Boom. Port 53 back from Google. Yeah, pretty neat granular stuff. Google again. It's a lot. So these things can get very huge. Oh, can't find me? Can't find my site? There we go. Alright, and there's even when we went to IT Hustle from the same machine on .51. So this is one way we can use the DNS logs to see what activity is going on the DNS server. Oh, one thing I forgot to point out was the legend at the top of the log. So let's go back here. And right here, we'll see the key, message login key for packets, other items used. So you see date, time, thread, context, the query responses, response, blank query, standard query, notify, so you can kind of decipher what you're looking at. Just needed to point that out. So that's it for DNS logging. We saw how we can enable DNS logging to monitor this service's activity. But now, why should we monitor DNS? So monitoring DNS logs is essential for maintaining the security of your network, detecting and responding to potential threats, ensuring optimal network performance, and quickly resolving any connectivity issues. It provides insights into the communication patterns of devices within your network and helps you make informed decisions to enhance your overall network infrastructure. I got 5 examples for how it's relevant to security. So, 1, for security, DNS logs can be used to detect malware. So DNS logs can reveal patterns of malicious activity, such as communication with known malicious domains or botnet command and control servers. Monitoring DNS queries can help detect malware infections within your network. Then also data exfiltration. So attackers might use DNS for data exfiltration by encoding sensitive information into DNS queries or responses. Monitoring these logs can help you detect such suspicious activities. So that's speaking back to like tunneling out over DNS when you're really like transmitting a bunch of files, but you're using port 53. So if the admin doesn't know any better, that's how they're being sneaky and getting that stuff out. So another example for threat intelligence, identifying threats by analyzing DNS logs. You can identify domains associated with phishing, ransomware, or other cyber threats. This information can be used to strengthen your security measures and block access to malicious sites. anomaly detection, unusual behavior. So, monitoring DNS logs allow you to spot abnormal patterns of DNS activity. For example, a sudden surge in DNS requests might indicate a malware outbreak or potential DDoS attack. Compliance and auditing. So for record keeping, DNS logs provide a record of domain name queries and responses, which can be crucial for compliance requirements or auditing purposes. And then the last one, policy enforcement. So content filtering. DNS logs can be used to enforce content filtering policies by monitoring which domains users are attempting to access. This is particularly important in organizations where strict internet usage policies are in place. Alright, so in the next video, we'll be getting into file hashing. All resources from this video will be linked in the description. And I thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.
I want the finer things in my life, so I hustle.